snacks and
Let's see, you know what? Maybe I'll
grabbed me.
read
He
it
said,
this
"Are you the
way.
boss?" I said, "Yeah." I said,
I'll read it this
"Do
way
you
for
understand
now.
what you need to
Get
do?"
that,
And he gave
it's
me one
your
of those
turn.
squeezes. And I
There's
like,
too much time.
and I had to walk away for a week.
Do you hear that? I do. Oh yeah, you hear it.
I learned the hard way.
You don't want to mess with some of those.
No, no.
Tea, thank you. So, oh, that here's it. Oh, good. So they
They're all the
Marcy's
same.
World,
Yeah.
a place to learn how to begin important conversations with your children, how to set healthy boundaries, address behavior issues, and how to create a safe space in your home. Hi, I'm your host, Dr. Nancy Iangelis. Marcy's World airs between 9 and 10 a.m. Saturday mornings exclusively on WPWL 103.7 FM, Calling Public Radio. We're streaming live right now over Marcy's World Facebook page.
You have to find.
And now I invite you
I
to
have to
all
get the
join me in
questions
Marcy's
after.
World. We're going
Oh.
to get there using our imagination.
Hello, and today's story is Hug Me Anyway. The sun was hot. Summer just began. The neighborhood children were rollerblading down the street to the cul-de-sac at the end of the neighborhood road. Marcy heard their laughter as they raced and played together. "Mommy, can I have a snack?" she asked. "Well, honey, if you're hungry, how about some peanuts or cheese melted on bread?" "No, a snack, soda." "Marcy, it's 10:30 in the morning. You just ate breakfast." "But I'm hungry." "Ooh." "Young lady, march yourself right up to your room." No, I'm sorry, please. Give me a chance, I'll have... Oh, forget it. You're right. I'm going." She stamped and shouted. Oh, Marcy was having a hard time. "And I'm never coming out. And I know you don't even care, that you're hurting my feelings and you're breaking my heart." Marcy was pretty upset. Beth was in preschool. It was her last day. In fact, Beth and Marcy's daddy was going to come home special from work in the middle of the day for Beth's moving up ceremony. You know, you can kind of see that stuff is going on, stuff is happening. Mom has things on her mind, Marcy has things on her mind, and neither one seems to be communicating effectively. So let's find out what was really going on with Marcy. Marcy's daddy was going to come home special from work in the middle of the day for Beth's moving up ceremony. Beth was going into the next preschool class in September. June was graduation day for the big kids going into kindergarten. And then moving up day for the little ones returning to school after summer break. So Marcy said, "You only care about Beth and getting ready for her special day, and you don't have any big girl time for me." Oh, Marcy shouted that from her room. Oh, so that's what's going on, thought Mom. You know, it's very, very important for parents to keep in mind what's really going on in the children's head, because lots of times the behavior doesn't always match what's happening. For example, Marcy was very, very sad, but her behavior came out very, very angry and rude. And we're not supposed to be rude to anybody. And when we are angry or rude, it generally suggests something is out of balance, something is not quite right. Let's see what happened. Marcy shouted from her room, and Mom thought, oh, so that's what's going on. Mom walked up the steps to Marcy's bedroom. "Marcy, do you remember your graduation day from your preschool?" Mom asked this through Marcy's closed door. In Marcy's house, privacy was important, sharing and communication was important, but privacy was a way that people could accomplish boundaries, so Marcy was able to gently close her door. She wasn't allowed to slam it shut, but she was allowed to gently close her door to say, I need my own special space. And Mom was respecting that, so I think that was pretty good of Mom. She asked something through Marcy's closed door. And then she heard, "I'm not listening, you know." That was what Marcy said when she was inside of her room. Do you think Marcy really wasn't listening? Let's find out. Her mom decided to knock. "Who is it?" came the voice from the other side of the door. "It's me, Mommy. May I come in?" "Yes," said Marcy, covering her head and hiding under her favorite jasmine blanket. "Marcy," Mom sat next to Marcy on the bed, "if you were a friend of mine and you acted like this, I already know you wouldn't want to play with me, but you're not my friend. You're my mummy, and I don't want you to teach me how to be to my friends. I already know. I want you to treat me special." Oh, I can't wait to see what happens here. "But how will you learn about the people in the world and how they will feel about your behavior? I want to give you a realistic picture of life outside this house." Mom usually talked to Marcy as if Marcy was a mature adult. And I think Marcy deserved that because she was a very, very clever, very smart young lady. And Marcy was listening. And here's what she said. "But you are not the world. And I don't want to hear that stuff from you. I want you to be my mummy." "Marcy, when you act this way, fussy and nasty and shouting, you make it very hard for me to want to hug you or kiss you, you know." I don't know if Mom should have said that, but she did. Sometimes parents say things that they think about later and they have to fix. Let's see how Marcy helped Mom with this one. "So Marcy, when you act this way, it makes it difficult for me to want to hug or kiss you." And this is what Marcy said. "But you're my mummy, and you're supposed to hug me anyway." That was a very good point. Parents learn from children, and Marcy's mom was learning from Marcy. Mom realized for the first time that Marcy needed to know she was loved even when she behaved poorly or was in a nasty mood. She needed to know that she was loved even when she was fussy and maybe a friend wouldn't want to play with her if she acted that way. It's easy to love a sweet, happy little girl. It's easy to hug and kiss a clean, smiling face. But a mommy is able to love her child, even when her child is nasty, and hug and kiss her child whose face is sticky with chocolate. Clearly, this is what Marcy needed to test for herself. So let's just look at that for a second. Unconditional love means that if you have a child or a puppy or a kitten or anybody or anything in your life that you feel very dearly close to your heart, positive energy with, no matter what that individual or animal does, even if you're not crazy about the behavior, even if the puppy accidentally scratches you or the kitten accidentally knocks over your very favorite something, you still always love your dog or your cat or your child or even your parent. So when people and animals around you whom you love make mistakes, you love them anyway. You might need a timeout or distance. We're going to talk about timeouts in a little while, but you might need a little bit of distance to feel better about and reestablish your own balance after your feelings are hurt. But love is a very important thing. So Marcy was helping Mom to express herself better. Mom was learning how to express herself better because Mom and Marcy loved each other unconditionally. So let's see how this story wraps up. Mommy, do you think I was cuter when I was a baby? Huh. Mom said, "Cuter than what?" And Marcy said, than I am now. Marcy is such a clever little girl. Marcy, can I hold you while we talk about this? Yes, Marcy squeaked through thin, trembling lips. Marcy was really going through her emotions, and she was trusting Mom, and that was a beautiful relationship example right here. When you were a baby and a very little girl, Mom said to Marcy as Marcy sat on her lap, you were adorable, and you did cute things. Like Beth? Well, you did different things which were cute in their own way. I loved you very much, and now, as a growing-up girl, you're doing other very wonderful things, and I love you now. You ask very clever and interesting questions about bats and sunflowers and the planets and seasons. I enjoy watching you catch a ball, and I love to talk to you about things we couldn't talk about when you were a baby. I loved you then, and I loved you now. I love you the way you are right now, and I love you more and more every day you grow up. Mom knew this conversation was the first of many reassuring ones yet to come from Marcy. She also knew she would be tested, and indeed, that night, Marcy woke up in a very fussy and nasty mood in the middle of the night. Mom walked in. Honey, it's very late, and I heard you calling me. Are you okay? It was 1 o'clock in the morning. That's the middle of the night. No, go away, Marcy said, sitting up with half-open eyes. And as Marcy slipped back into, before I talk about Marcy falling back asleep, it sounds like Marcy was working through all the events of the day in the middle of the night, and that happens a lot. Sleep is very, very important. We've discussed this on the radio before, and also on the Facebook page. And we know that the body repairs in our sleep, and all of our neurotransmitters and all the complicated chemical stuff that happens in the body gets back to where it's supposed to be, and the brain goes into a very special healing rhythm. So it's important for children between the ages of 6 and 13 to get between 9 and 11 restful, straight, quiet, peaceful hours of sleep a night. And this is to help them grow and heal. It also helps us process things that happen during the day. And between the ages of 9 and 13, those are the foundation, 6 and 13 are clearly very foundational years. So we need a lot of rest. So as Marcy slipped back into slumber, her mom cradled her gently and rested her head back on the pillow and covered her with her favorite jasmine blanket. And as she kissed her little girl goodnight on the forehead, she whispered, I love you, my precious, darling little angel, and one day I hope you'll know exactly how much. So, although Mom made mistakes, Mom clearly loved Marcy very, very much. And Marcy loved Mom. We're going to take a brief break right now. And when we come back, we're going to meet Margie Zintz, the peaceful parenting whisperer. So join me. Be back in a minute. Now you guys, I'm going to close this right now. If you want to hear Margie, who's amazing, I'm going to introduce you very quickly to her right now. This is Margie. Margie! And Margie is going to help us understand all about parenting. So go to the Facebook page, Holistic and Integrative Healing, and you'll be able to hear Margie. Bye-bye, and see her. Bye-bye for now.